Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dang's podcast, your go-to destination for exploring the captivating tales of football's most iconic moments. Today, we embark on a journey back in time to relive one of the most memorable chapters in football history, Barcelona's extraordinary season of 2010-11. The 2010-2011 season was FC Barcelona's 111th in existence and the club's 80th consecutive season in the top flight of Spanish football. Barcelona started the season with a new president after Joan Laporta reached his term limit on June 30, leaving behind a very successful club tenure. Sandro Rosell was elected president on June 13 by securing a record total of 35,021 votes, 61.35%, more than the 27,138 achieved by Laporta in 2003. Rosell began his tenure on July 1 as the 39th president in Barcelona's history. This team is widely considered to be one of the greatest club sides of all time. Former Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson has described this squad as the best he had ever faced. Season overview. June. Barcelona started their transfer window only 3 days after the end of the 2009-2010 season, by reaching an agreement with Valencia for Spanish international David Villa worth €40 million. On June 30, Xavier Salai Martin, treasurer and director in charge of the economic area, announced that Barcelona earned a record €445.5 million in revenue during the 2009-2010 season. According to Xavier, that's the highest revenues achieved by any club, in any sport, including the US. This means FC Barcelona is the richest club in the world in terms of revenue. Coach Pep Guardiola later expressed disapproval of the transfer of Ukrainian centre-back Dmytro Kyrinsky, indicating he was pressed to let him go. Speaking at a press conference, Guardiola said, "My opinion counts, but the needs of the club go above that, and that's why he was sold. I would like to have kept him." Speaking on the departing Yaya Touré, Guardiola said he would have preferred him to stay, but the player was set on moving. On July 14, Thierry Henry and Barcelona agreed to rescind his contract in order for Henry to become a free agent, where he subsequently signed a new 4.5-year contract with Major League Soccer's New York Red Bulls. He stated, "This is a new and exciting chapter in my career." The club also agreed with Pep Guardiola on a 1-year extension to stay as coach of the first team, along with longtime assistant Tito Vilanova. September. Guardiola stated, "It will cost us a lot. We expect a difficult year in which things have to be won by ourselves. Right now, the team is not at full strength at this point in the season." On September 19, Lionel Messi suffered an ankle injury due to an ill-advised tackle by Atletico Madrid defender Tomás Ujfalusi in the 92nd minute of their Round 3 match at the Vicente Calderón Stadium. At first sight, it was feared that Messi suffered a broken ankle that could have kept the star player away from the pitch for a minimum of 6 months. But MRIs performed the next day in Barcelona showed he suffered a sprain in the internal and external ligaments of his right ankle. Teammate David Villa stated the tackle on Messi was brutal after watching the video of the play, and also added that he believed the Atletico defender didn't go into the tackle to hurt. The incident caused widespread media attention because of Messi's high profile in the football world and brought up the debate of equality in protecting all players in the game. Debates whether the fact that Messi's status prompted the intensive media and fan scrutiny of Ujfalusi and subsequent 2-match ban by the competition committee appeared all over the internet, television, and print in the days following the incident. October. Due to the findings of the audit, Barcelona compromisarios, commissioners, voted to enforce the social action of responsibility against the club's previous board with 468 in favor, 439 against and 113 abstaining. Ex-President Laporta's board will be called upon to respond in court due to €48.7 million that went missing during his presidency. On October 18, Laporta defended his presidency in front of the media by stating that, "We just want them to give us the documentation regarding the biased and demagogic statement made by the representative of KPMG." He also stated, "The board has not had the courage to explain things. And, we have nothing to hide, everything has its explanation and justification." Laporta did not hold back and branded the new president envious, resentful and jealous, and "I have a very clear conscience and the truth on my side." He continued to berate the new board by stating, my greatest desire after spending a few years of my life at Barca, and the results we got was to become a socio, go back to my seat, go to football games with my kids and enjoy this club. They do not let me. And not only do they not let me, but I see some attempts to ridicule, dishonor the reputation we have. No way I'm left alone. After the assembly of delegates, I understand that there was an indecent maneuver with the exposure of the due diligence. It was sectarian, demagogic, and an interest to scorn against me and create an alarm among the social mass. On November 29th, one of the most eagerly awaited Clásico in recent times was scheduled on a Monday due to the elections to the Parliament of Catalonia, which was held on the day before. The match featured 13 of the 23 winning players on Spain's 2010 FIFA World Cup squad and currently the two most successful managers in football, with Pep Guardiola and Real Madrid's José Mourinho. The match itself was a complete domination by Barcelona, with an emphatic 5-0 trashing of their eternal rival. The game showcased Barca's mastering of the tiki-taka in combination with the total football philosophy and the superb teamwork of whom many consider the top three players in the world, Messi, Xavi, and Andrés Iniesta. The international press hailed Barcelona's impressive win and their football as currently the best in the game, while some questioned whether the Real Madrid squad was ready for the magnitude of this match. Guardiola stated, "It was a spectacle, and how we did it, that makes us proud. Now just let us sit back and enjoy that win. We'll reflect and look at the whole game, but now it would be wrong not to revel in the win." Games like that happen very rarely indeed. In regards to Madrid, Pep stated, "This match isn't representative of the difference between the two teams. They are a very good team, they came here unbeaten and as league leaders. Today all of our players played well, and that was the difference." After the victory, Barcelona took over first place in La Liga's table, ahead of Madrid by 2 points with 25 rounds left to play. On December 6, the finalists for the FIFA Ballon d'Or were announced. Barcelona players, Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta, took all 3 spots, with the results to be declared on January 10 in Zurich. This was a monumental moment for Barcelona, as the 3 best players in the world were not only from the club, but all 3 came from Barcelona's youth system at La Masia. On December 13, President Rosell made final the signing of a 5.5-year, €170 million shirt sponsorship with the Qatar Foundation, thus ending Barca's tradition of not having paid sponsors on their shirt. The deal made it the highest-paid shirt sponsorship in the world, beating both Manchester United's deal with Aon and Liverpool's deal with Standard Chartered reached the prior year. On January 10, Lionel Messi was crowned the 2010 FIFA Ballon d'Or winner. His teammates Andrés Iniesta and Xavi finished second and third respectively. Messi became the first player to win the new prize after the FIFA World Player of the Year and Ballon d'Or merged to become the FIFA Ballon d'Or. He also became the first player since Marco van Basten to win the Ballon d'Or and Ronaldinho the FIFA World Player of the Year in consecutive years after an impressive year in which he tallied 60 goals in 64 games. On January 19, Barca's team record of 28 matches unbeaten was ended after being defeated 3-1 by Real Betis of the Segunda División in the second leg of their quarter-finals tie of the Copa del Rey. Barcelona, however, advanced to the semi-finals on a 6-3 aggregate score after winning the first leg at the Camp Nou 5-0. On January 29, Barca defeated Hercules 0-3 to match the record for most consecutive league wins in a La Liga season, at 15. The record was previously set by Real Madrid during the 1960-61 season. On February 2, both Barcelona and Real Madrid advanced to the final of the Copa del Rey by defeating Almería, 8-0 on aggregate, and Sevilla, 0-3 on aggregate, respectively. This was the first final between the Spanish giants after 21 years in the making, when the clubs last faced in 1990 with Barca winning 2-0 at the Mestalla Stadium in Valencia. On February 5, Barcelona broke the record for most consecutive league wins with 16 victories after they defeated Atletico Madrid 3-0 at Camp Nou. Lionel Messi scored a hat-trick to ensure the victory for his side and after the match stated, "It's an honor to be able to pass a record set by a great like Di Stefano, and, if the record has been around for so long is because it's very complicated to achieve and we have reached it by defeating a very difficult team who's going through a bad situation. which makes it even more difficult. On March 2, Adriano assisted Lionel Messi to score a late goal and give Barcelona a 0-1 away win against Valencia. Messi now tallied 27 goals in La Liga for the season, keeping him in the running for the Pichichi Trophy as top scorer. On March 8, Barca eliminated Arsenal from the Champions League in a 3-1 win at the Camp Nou with a 4-3 aggregate score. Barcelona dominated all offensive categories and limited Arsenal to 0 shots for the whole match, with their lone goal coming off an own goal by Sergio Busquets. But the match was not without controversy after Arsenal forward Robin van Persie was sent off for a second yellow card for what referee Massimo Busacca interpreted as time wasting after the player kicked the ball towards goal after the referee had blown the whistle on him for being called offside by the linesman. On March 14, Spanish radio station Cadena COPE reported that Real Madrid would request for the Royal Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, to tighten its control on doping in the league. According to the report, Real Madrid was suspicious to why Eufemiano Fuentes was allowed to work for Valencia when they won the league in the early 2000s, and why our doctors with doubtful reputation are working at Barcelona. Barcelona, in defense, released a statement publicly expressing its total indignation at these unfounded references, which link the club to doping practices and to condemn such attitudes, which have nothing to do with fair play and gravely affect the image of sporting competition. It also stated its legal department is studying possible legal action to defend the club's honor, alongside that of its coaching staff, players, and medical staff, and is prepared to take such action to its final consequences. COPE later issued an apology, stating, "Our objective is to inform. In no case did we participate in a campaign to defame or bring doubts to Spanish clubs or athletes." On March 15, Barcelona's secretary and spokesperson Toni Freixa appeared in a press conference to make public that Barcelona would sue Cadena COPE after the reports implicating Barcelona in doping. He stated that yesterday, March 14, FC Barcelona released a statement and, paralleled, sent a fax to Cadena COPE requesting the rectification and the origin of the grave report of defamation. The rest of the day it waited for the express and convincing rectification of the report. He also added, "Since this correction has not occurred satisfactorily and whether they can finally be produced, for the serious attack on the reputation and good name of FC Barcelona, for their athletes and doctors, a fact that we cannot leave unpunished, FC Barcelona announced to act with firmness and force that the gravity of the offense deserves. In the coming days it will request at first instance with the Barcelona's courts an order of protection of their right to honor claims for damages caused by those responsible for defamation." On the same day, Barcelona announced that French international defender Eric Abidal was diagnosed with a tumor on his liver, which would be operated on the Friday of the same week. Citing privacy concerns as wished by the player, the club did not release additional information in regards to his condition. In response to the announcement, players and fans from all over the world alike dedicated well wishes for the ill player on multiple social networking sites and sports websites. Before their round of 16 match in the Champions League, both Real Madrid and Lyon players exited the pitch wearing Animo Abidal, Strength Abidal, written on t-shirts, along with the same message on the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium scoreboards in show of support and solidarity. On April 2, Barcelona defeated Villarreal 1-0 at El Madrigal, with 5 missing starters due to injuries and rest with a goal in the 66th minute from centre-back Gerard Piqué. With the victory, they increased their league lead to 8 points after Real Madrid's 1-0 shock loss to Sporting de Gijón at the Santiago Bernabéu. On April 12, Barcelona defeated Shakhtar Donetsk 0-1 at the Donbass Arena in Donetsk to reach their 4th consecutive semi-finals appearance in the Champions League with a 6-1 aggregate score. Lionel Messi assured the victory with a goal in the 43rd minute to take his season tally to 48 goals in all competitions, breaking the club's mark of 47 goals set by himself last season and Ronaldo in the 1996-97 season. On April 16, the first of 4 Clásicos was disputed at the Santiago Bernabéu, ending in 1-1 with penalty goals respectively by Messi, 53rd minute, and Cristiano Ronaldo, 82nd minute. The draw ended Barcelona's Clásico winning streak at 5 since manager Pep Guardiola took over the side for the 2008-09 season. The match was the start of 4 clásicos between the two Spanish giants, including the League, Copa del Rey final and the semi-finals of the Champions League. On April 20, Barcelona lost the final of the Copa del Rey to Real Madrid 0-1 after extra time, with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring the winning goal in the 103rd minute. The defeat was a first for Guardiola in a finals match and ended his unbeaten streak against Real Madrid since he became first-team coach. On April 27, Barcelona and Real Madrid met at the Santiago Bernabéu in Madrid for the first leg of their Champions League semi-final tie. Although Barcelona enjoyed most of the possession throughout the first half of the game, it was not until the sending off of Real Madrid's Pepe that the game swung to Barcelona's favor, with Lionel Messi scoring twice in the closing minutes to give Barcelona a 2-0 first-leg victory. With those 2 goals, Lionel Messi had scored 11 goals in 11 Champions League matches. The match was not without controversy, however, as both teams exhibited what most consider to be the dark arts of football. Real Madrid manager José Mourinho accused UEFA of playing favorites to Barcelona after he was ejected for mocking the 4th official after Pepe's red card. At the press conference following the match, Mourinho stated that UEFA's referees have been assisting Barcelona for the past 3 years. Barcelona's backup goalkeeper José Manuel Pinto saw a red card at halftime for a scuffle with Real Madrid's defender Álvaro Arbeloa when both teams went to the locker rooms. The match was marred by more incidents of diving, play-acting, and violence in what many consider to be one of the worst clásicos in recent times. UEFA officials released a statement stating they have opened disciplinary cases against the clubs to be heard by the UEFA Control and Disciplinary Body on Friday, May 6. On April 30, Barcelona's 32 games unbeaten run came to an end after a 2-1 loss to Real Sociedad at Anoeta Stadium. On May 3, Barcelona booked a trip to Wembley Stadium for the UEFA Champions League final after a 1-1 draw, 3-1 aggregate, with Real Madrid at Camp Nou. Pedro sealed it with a 54th-minute goal. On May 11, Barcelona clinched its 3rd consecutive La Liga title with a 1-1 draw against Levante at the Estadi Ciutat de Valencia. The result gave Barcelona a 6-point lead with 2 matches remaining, which, combined with their superior head-to-head record with Real Madrid, ensured that they finished top of the table. Barcelona led the table since defeating Madrid 5-0 back in November, and since then, they have only lost 1 match en route to winning the title. It was the 3rd straight title for manager Guardiola, who became the first manager to do so in his first 3 seasons managing in La Liga. On May 21, Barcelona finished its league season with a win 1-3 over Malaga at La Rosaleda Stadium while playing most of its backup and Canterano players. Goals from Boyan, Ibrahim Afellay and Marc Bartra assured the victory and a club record of 14 away victories. On May 28, Barcelona clinched its 4th Champions League trophy with a 3-1 victory over Manchester United at Wembley Stadium. The Barcelona attack, spearheaded by its 3 forwards of Messi, David Villa and Pedro, of whom all scored a goal, dominated United. The all-Spanish midfield 3 of Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets assisted a goal each as well. Messi was awarded man of the match and with his goal he matches Ruud van Nistelrooy as the all-time top season scorer with 12 goals in this year's version. That wraps up today's episode of Dang's podcast. We hope you enjoyed this journey through Barcelona's remarkable season. Join us next time as we delve into more captivating stories from the world of football. Until then, keep chasing your dreams with the same passion as Barcelona chased perfection.